Good morning on this Wednesday morning, 8 a.m. or nearly 8 a.m. on the 3rd of June. This one's dedicated to Helen. Lots of love to you all. So just waiting for a few people to come in and sign up. Who's ready to get moving and a grooving this morning? Good morning, Bex. First one in. Who else is coming on then? Let's give you a little wave there. Oh, it's not happened. And there we go. Waving back. There we go. Good morning. How are we all today? Just two people, Bex and somebody else just lurking in the background so far. Bob's here. Lovely to have you, Bob. Where have you been, Bob? We've missed you. Hopefully no buffering for you today. Catching up. It's a good job we can, isn't it? Catch up is but a wonderful thing. So just got 5 through now. Good morning everyone, welcome. Get yourself organised just whilst we do this bit of intro, preamble bit. Sandra's in, good morning Sandra. Bob's keeping out of mischief. Well, mischief is more fun, I think. I wonder what Bob's been buffering. That's too many bees. Right, so we're Wednesday the 3rd of June, people. This is your 8 a.m. morning movement snack. So we're adding all of those extra movement minutes. Hopefully, over the weeks, you've now started to really notice some changes in yourself. Maybe some physical changes from some of the movements that we've been targeting with strength, some flexibility, or even mobility movements. Hopefully you've been feeling mentally well as well. Too many wells. Because all of this activity, all of these movement minutes can contribute not only to the physical side of things, but also to your head being in the right place and feeling motivated to do stuff and achieve stuff through your day. Morning, Margaret. Nice to have you. Sleepy. You're not from Chettleton. Francis, you're from Chesterfield. Francis is here from Bristol. Hello. So we're aiming to, of course, establish and embed regular movement routines into your day. We're ticking you off 3 movement sessions a day. So all of those minutes contribute to everything that you do outside of you tuning into the Facebook sessions or the catch-up or YouTube sessions as well. Rainy in Shrewsbury today. Christine, Mrs. Perry's in. Morning, George. I've got my daughter's phone today. He's been my trusty timekeeper. Right, we're on 59. So, hopefully by now your bodies will be thanking you for what you've been doing, joining us on these movement missions. And hopefully now you may have had 1 or 2 visitors dropping by, and hopefully they'll be able to tell you the stuff that they've noticed changes in you. So that'll be quite interesting and quite exciting to understand what people have noticed in you, because sometimes it's really hard to notice ourselves, what changes are happening, because we hang around with ourselves all the time, don't we? So we're less likely sometimes to notice any subtle changes. Right, last few good mornings. Gillian's in, George is in saying hello to Sandra. We've got Di in reporting for the register. Okay people, so we're going to get moving now. It is officially 8 o'clock. So here we go. 3, 2, 1. Good morning everyone. My name's Kelsey Leverton, coming from a somewhat cloudy but humid Leicestershire. Hope you're all well today, ready to get moving. Movement minutes, we're getting them in the bag. 10 to 15 minutes we're getting, and every movement snack throughout the day. So that's got to be doing something by now. Let us know how you've been getting on, what differences you've noticed in yourself, or your ability to do stuff. Anyway, less chatter, let's get moving. So find the place where you'd like to. Hey, my mum's just come on. Hi, Mumsy. You better do something and not just watch. Anyway, back to the plot. Standing or seated, have a think where you'd like to start your mission this morning. If you're standing, get your weight organised over your feet, 50-50, balanced on the scales. Knees are soft, legs are lengthened. If you're in the chair and you're not already forwards in that front portion of the chair, lift and shift, get those hips moving towards the front area of your chair. Feet are flat, ankles underneath the knees, I have said that the right way around, and weight evenly across your sit bones. Torso area, so middle bit, seated or standing, exactly the same, lifting, lengthening, getting a bit of space for all of those organs inside here. And shoulders back and down, head tall, neck as long as you can make it. So any small adjustments, have a work through on those. See how your posture feels now than it did a moment ago. And let's move our feet. So if you need some support, take some up with the wall, a fixed cabinet, something that's stable, sturdy, reliable. I'm just starting with some heel pumps, so you may do so if you like as well. Steady pace. Ankles clicking. It wouldn't be a normal day if they weren't. And what I'm aiming to do here, have a think about what's happening with the toes. So we want to try and get a bit of a crease across the toes, so we're getting some movement through, not just the ankles, but through to the toe joints as well. Pick that up into a steady march if that feels all right for you. Seated or standing, exactly the same. Lots of you know the drill by now. All right, steady pace. Now, if you want to stop your feet, stop the leg movements for a moment and just bring in an arm swing, or both arms if that feels right for you, in seated or standing. If you're happy to carry on with legs and arms together, then you go for your life on that one. Make sure that you feel steady though if you're in standing, and just recheck your posture. Make sure that as soon as something starts moving, the posture, we can lose attention to it and it can return to where it was before. If you're holding on just with one side, you might want to, at some point, take a few marches round so that you're able to use the support with your other arm and give the other arm a swing. Arms and legs together, if that feels okay for you. Just getting some movement into the shoulders. As we move the shoulders, we want the elbows to stay out of it, so they stay relatively fixed, but the whole movement is coming from the shoulder area itself. So our blood's pumping now. It's gone from a slow meandering river to a bit more of a rushing river. So we're getting oxygen to the muscles, movement into the joints, warmth into the muscles and the joints, and take a pause there so that we can move into our mobility movements and get a bit more out of it. Warmth always helps with range of movements when we come to joint mobility movements. Lots of M's there. Right, don't come down to your knees. Stay sat in your chair or standing tall. Arms by the side of you. Just let them hang. Lifting up to begin with. And pressing the shoulders down. See, my head stays still and the shoulders are going up towards the ears, pressing down. Just do a couple more of those as our preparation to the circle. One side might feel a bit stiffer or a bit looser than the next. That can be normal. And let's move this into a shoulder circle then. So I'll just shift to the side so you can watch the shoulder circle. Round, up, back, pause for a second, squeeze the shoulder blades together, then really press your shoulder blades down. So we're lengthening through the neck as we get to the full circle. biggest shoulder circle your body will allow you to do. You might find holding on is better just for your balance and stability, or actually, come to think of it, we could just rest our hips against the wall so that we can leave our arms loose by the side of the body. We've probably done 6 there, 1 for good luck, have that for free. So moving into our neck movements now, head turns. So press the shoulders down, leave them where you last set them, and hold on if you need to. Occasionally when we start turning the head, we may need to be mindful of the pace, as fast head turns can catch our balance sometimes or make us feel a little bit giddy. Take a pause and a quick posture check in the middle. This is our P&P, pause and a posture. Seated, just let your arms rest on your lap or hold on to the side of the chair if that feels better for you. We want to try and achieve the biggest, fullest range of movement out of the neck, but not let the body get involved. We're going to do the trunk twists and stuff in a minute, so let's just focus on keeping the chest forwards and still, your body still as your head turns. Final movement for our top trio, our chin tucks. So I'll come down a bit closer to you. I won't get too close, don't worry. Right, so chin tuck, couple of ways that you can do this, seated or standing. In standing, take hold of your support if you like. Feet are hip distance apart for balance, and then we put the fingertips onto the chin, use it as a guide or use it as a marker. Have a go at that. So you're tucking your chin back, double, triple chins. It's all right, I can't see. Keep the curtain shut as well, it's morning, we should get away with it. But what we're aiming to do is lengthen up the neck, lengthening the muscles as well as mobilising the joints in the neck as well. You might feel a bit of lengthening going on there, but we're not holding the movement, we're just going to keep moving in and out of it. Your movement might be quite small, it depends what's going on in your posture. But what those movements aim to do is give us mobility through the arms and shoulders. Shoulders, if arms are moving, are involved whether they like it or not. Head turning, functional, neck, chin tucks, helping with posture, helping with sitting the head on top of the neck and shoulders in a better position. Take a pause there then. If you're ready, we can head back into a few leg marches and arm swings. You know the different combinations that you can move between. If you feel like you are having an issue with keeping your hips still when we move into the next movement, which is a trunk twist, I maybe advise have a sit down and work on the range of movement in a seated position. If your hips, keep marching by the way, if your hips are misbehaving and your whole body's twisting when we get to the trunk twist. So, seated options first then. Feet flat, weight even over the hips. One hand goes across to the opposite leg. Just let the other arm loose by your side. Posture first. Have a moment just to lengthen and lift before you twist. And look, there's another little head turn at the end. And turn. Returning back to the centre. Off you go on the other side. And a pause and a posture in the middle. In standing, you may choose to hold on to your support, but get your feet a little bit wider and bend the knees a fraction. This can help to just separate top half from bottom half. The arm positions are the same. You're just reaching across to the sideboard or the work surface, whatever you're using to hold on. Standing tall in the middle, take that moment to pause before you move into the next movement. Keep going with that. 3, 4 or 5 are your aim for these mobility movements. Now that's twisting. We're going to move into our bending action in a minute. We're going to get the bends on the go. So if you finished off your last 1 or 2 there, in standing, feet stay a little bit wider. Then we can soften the knees and kind of sit into that wider base position. And this can be more helpful for your balance and your stability. Important here, keep the weight over your feet evenly, as you would be doing the weight over your bum evenly in the chair. So when you bend over to the side, pause in a posture in the middle, just lengthen and lift best you can before heading off into the other direction. In seated, nail your hips to the chair. Your arm is following pretty much the line of the chair leg, and in standing, your top half ideally stays in line with your bottom half, just so that we're not having the temptation to lean forwards or backwards through the bend. Okay, so just check that your feet, the weight is even over your feet and that you're not bending and shifting the weight over onto one leg. Stay in the centre here, top half moving, bottom half still. All right, take a pause there then everybody. You may have done a 6 one there. We're all for the ones for good luck today. A back extension, so all of these trunk movements contributing to twisting, turning, seat belts, some aspects of dressing, some aspects of going to the toilet and washing yourselves, lots and lots of reaching, grabbing, turning, twisting, bending actions. This one though, we can catch ourselves, can't we, in a not so good posture some of the time. You might walk with a walking aid and that makes you to kind of round your shoulders. You might just be getting more aware of your posture as you come to our movement snacks, which has made you aware that your shoulders may be rounding and your posture needs working through. This is an excellent movement to work through the posture. So, sorry about that, just rabbiting on a bit there. So let's get moving. Hands on the support, you might find that more comfortable. Shoulders pressed down, knees are soft. Best you can, lift through your chest, so try and lift your chest a bit higher. And then you're lifting, lengthening and extending backwards. Keeping your chin down so that we can keep a chin tuck, what we did before, into that motion. Recover, just pause, posture, get your balance, make sure you feel comfortable before you head into another one. You can have your hands at the side of your hips if you like. What we're aiming to do though is extend at the top part of the spine whilst keeping your hips stable, so we're not arching the back like so, the lower part of the back anyway, when you undertake that movement. All right, take a pause. Ankles. We need ankles, don't we? Hopefully we're starting to get to know our ankles, feet and toes a lot better now. And we are more conscious as we're moving through, walking, stair climbing, lots of things like that all require a bit of ankle mobility as well as the strength that we've been working on recently. Here we go. All the way back in the chair. Here's one option, point and pull back. Not too fast with this, take your time, feel the movement, give it time to go through its fullest range. In seated, we've got this option as well. So you're at the front of the chair, heel and toe in. Or in standing, we can have our weight onto the standing leg, take up a bit of support. And that heel and toe are heading for the same spot. When you're ready, take a few steps around, even yourself off on the other side, standing tall through the standing leg, toes down, heels down. You can see the real strong point and the strong pull back. All the weight on your standing leg. We're trying not to put any weight through the ankle, the feet, the toes that are working. All right, take a pause. Just stand, be still for a moment. Take a deep breath, or two, or three, or four. Let's have a think what we're going to do for the rest of the day. So I mentioned just at the beginning, if those of you who came in at 8 o'clock, just as I did the 3, 2, 1, we're aiming to establish and embed new active routines. Hopefully through the time that you've been with us on the mission, you've noticed some changes that have happened within your body or even within your mental well-being as well. So routine, embedding, movement minutes on the map, crowbarring opportunities all day long. We can slot something in. We don't necessarily have to take extra time out to do some of these movements. They can be slotted into day-to-day stuff that you're doing already, and hopefully your bodies will be thanking you and you're reaping the benefits as we speak. Great to have you people. As always, one of the best parts of my day is coming on and having a chat. Well, it looks like to myself, but it is to you lot, really. So away you go, deploy these into your day, as Bex would say. And we'll see you at lunchtime with the 12 noon snack with Bex. Take care, people. Bye now.